Okay, make it happen.
This is an attempt to make egg carton Bokashi. Take her away.
We got ripped up egg cartons. So these are, I think these are 5 litre buckets, aren't they?
Yes, they've got 5
5
litres.
litre. So we're gonna. Yvette's already ripped all this stuff up. We're gonna chuck that in the mixing bucket.
Yep.
And then we're gonna make our brew of microorganisms. And the base microorganisms is going to be 2 different sets of IMO. So we're going to have the bamboo IMO, and this one is from pine forest IMO. I've had really good success with that already. So we're going to add, you don't need much, but I'll just add like a half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon. No, 1 teaspoon is good. That's good.
It's more technical than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not long enough.
I've got longer spoons,
I've
but they're not
got
me.
one with a hand.
There we go. Okay, I'll just use my fingers. That's really technical. There
You're
you go.
allowed to use your fingers because it's not for consumption, not for human consumption.
There we go. All right.
Even if it was, you can use your fingers.
Good microbes. Yeah.
It's going to pick up the microbes off your hands too, so it's not a bad thing to have.
There you go. Need another one there.
Use this.
That's the bamboo one.
This is the bamboo IMO. So the way I've made a Bokashi before is just make an IMO 3 and put it in a bucket to ferment it anaerobically rather than...
Has that still got the rice in it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, that's IMO 2 pretty much. There we go. So that's nice and sticky. Got some sugar in there. We'll add some molasses as well. Now we're going to have to use another spoon. There we go. We'll use that one.
Pass around. Yep.
There we go. All right.
Like molasses.
I love the smell.
That's good, isn't
I'm
it?
down the shed and I'm woofing into mine.
You eat it?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Now I think we'll put all those spoons in there and we'll give it a stir around because they're all got sugar on them.
Okay.
That tastes nice.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say, we normally kind of like to have warm water with the molasses just to
This
break
should
it
be
up a
warm.
little bit
Yeah.
better. But
Is
you
it-
don't want it over hot. You just want it,
It's not. This is
yeah,
warm.
body heat. Yeah.
Fine.
That should be all right. That's,
Normally, if you do the molasses first, you can use hotter water, and by the
That's
time you
right,
add everything
yeah.
else in, it's going to
Yeah.
be cooler. Right? So,
There we go. So we'll just add a little bit in to
Sure.
mix it. Put that out of the way now. So because this is cardboard, as Richard said, it probably won't soak up that much liquid, or not as much liquid as Pollard or Mill Run or anything. So we're going to make,
yeah, there's a lot of air spaces here, so it might not take as much as you think.
yeah, we'll make a mixture, and then we're just going to do a little bit at a time, sort of like cream cement. You know how cream cement? Yeah, add a little bit, and then there's too much. Okay, let's put a few other bits and pieces in there.
Okay, what's your after?
Yeah, we'll get some of that. That's the aloe FPJ. Just don't need much in it. There we go. And
this
some
is a cider vinegar.
apple cider vinegar.
That's a wild fermented one from apples grown in the hills here.
That'll be
Can I
excellent.
taste a little bit?
Go for it.
It's very cidery. That's good. That's a good shot.
Crisp.
And we'll add a little bit of labs to it.
So when you say cidery, it's like more like cider than vinegar, or
No, you can tell it's
Oh.
apple cider vinegar. It's not just like vinegar, like kombucha vinegar or something. And we've got some FAA. I think,
I find the naturally brewed one might actually have a lower pH
yeah.
because it's got the LAB in it. It's
okay.
like when Kevin was saying about the jun. It's that the lacto and all that sort of stuff is more acidic than what the acetic acid brings out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So acetic acid might be about 4 or 5,
Yeah.
whereas the LAB will be down to 3.5. I think it is. I've never really got into all of that.
All my ferments, I don't understand it,
smelling
but
good now.
all of mine are wild. I don't.
I'll put some.
Yeah,
we'll
you
kill them
put the
out.
lot in.
Yeah, you want to put all of it in?
Yeah.
Okay. Put the
What about
this,
Ben's?
this is biochar.
Biochar. This will be about 10%, maybe less.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll put a bit of mine in then as well.
Yeah, we crushed some of Ben's up earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some too.
That's all right.
That's all right. We've got heaps.
This is a bit more chunky, but that's probably okay. This is for about 10%, hey?
Yeah, no, that's fine because I mean, there's a lot of airspace there.
That's true. Oh, and some ash. You want to get a tiny little bit of ash?
I'll put a pinch in. Both of these are on the alkaline side anyway, so the biochar won't be so bad. It's more of an absorber. When the microbes get going, they'll all go into the
If you want to dry your hands.
Into
Oh,
the-
thanks.
I had a
into the,
tea towel here somewhere. I
biochar.
went into that.
And then I think to top this up, we'll add this pond water, which has got some azola in it.
cute.
Oh, there we go. So what's that? That's 800 mils. Maybe I just add it right up to a litre there. I think a litre would be plenty in there, hey? Let's see how we go.
Pour it in and I'll give it a...
Alright. Okay. I'll get those rice grains in there as well.
Oh, newspaper, okay.
Newspaper in there.
Oh, whoops.
There we go.
It's kind of experimental.
That's not too bad.
And I think we want to go for the same moisture, right? For the other one.
Yeah, it's
you
hard
want-
to say with paper
Yeah.
how moist it is, but I think they could probably do with a little bit more.
Little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's really going to hurt if it's oversaturated because the paper will suck it up a lot.
Right, so I'll do half of that for now.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Well, yeah, stop at that one and we can always add more later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing full sheets of newspaper. And I
as
soaked
well?
it in a bucket and it's just with the molasses and everything stuck together and it wouldn't come apart.
I don't know. I did that the first
And I
time.
thought, oh, what am I doing here? But it made excellent Bokashi, but you know, it
Ah.
was driving me insane trying to rip off a sheet just to put it on as a layer in each paper in the bucket. But you I tend to have a scrap bucket and it can get a bit funky in there. And I just use newspaper to wipe it out and the newspaper goes in with the Bokashi at the same time.
I have a scrap bucket as well, and I actually make like newspaper pots that slot inside.
You got too much time.
That's a good idea.
I like it though.
Yes.
Well, so then you could get these newspaper, and you could basically, once it's fermented, you could like use that and like add it to.
This
whatever.
is what Gil Carring. I think that's enough liquid because it's also on the bottom.
Okay.
Gil Carrington did this particular method in the Philippines, and it wasn't that it wasn't any better or anything else. It was just that it was convenient for poor people to be able to go out and get a newspaper.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than going out and using rice bran, which is expensive.
Yes.
They eat it. You know, it's too expensive. And I mean, this was the argument with brown sugar, molasses, and all these different things. That, oh no, that's really expensive. That's only what we use when we're having a Christmas party or whatever when we make sweets. So, I mean, most of the time they're just eating rice on a daily basis. It's not this other stuff. You know. So. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to put this in.
Those two buckets that came out of go back in there.
It's going to be good. All my rose pruning cuts are going to love this. My favourite time of the year.
Have you pruned yet?
Yep, I pruned all mine.
Oh gosh, I haven't.
Uh,
Actually, I was going to say.
pruned all mine. I did 20 on Friday. I did 3 on Thursday, and I'm doing 50 on Monday.
Oh wow.
So they're obviously not yours.
That one's not mine. So.
I was going to cut some pieces off my peach.
This is going to be good,
Guys,
Yvette, because even though it's dry in spots, the moisture there is going to be sucked in.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And I've got
And it's good if you can't handle the wheat products, that you can just add a little bit at a time.
yeah.
And I think egg carton's going to be
Well,
be good.
Thinking for celiacs, this is the way.
Yeah, I need that sort of thing. We need things for vegans. We need stuff for carnivores that can't eat bloody meat or can eat meat and nothing else.
Alright.
I reckon that's good, Ben. Yeah. Well, I think we can really stomp this in.
Yeah, yeah.
The biochar will probably bring up the level, so we probably will get 2 out of this. This is good. Maybe not. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Got one lid.
Perfect. Look at that.
Okay. 2 weeks again.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, next bucket. We don't think we'll have enough to do that. But what we could do is we could put a plastic bag or something on the top of it, just to hold the, just give it a barrier to air above it. It's not that far off, you know.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now we've got to go through all this procedure again for the mill run.
There you go.
Okay, I'm just going to put a plastic bag on the top. That'll just not have so much exposed to the air above it. It's probably going to produce, well, this is about half of that one. So we could have done more.
So 1.5, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
If you had a smaller one of these,
Yep.
you could probably put it in that. Yeah.
There you
Anyway,
go.
that's that one.
Okay,
Mill run.
let's do it. What I'm going to do
Oh,
first is I'll use this bucket. So,
You
we'll
want
put,
more biochar?
no, I think this is probably enough biochar in this one. So I'm going to do this biochar in here. That's like about, this is again I think it's a 5 litre bucket. That's about a third of a 5 litre bucket of the biochar. And then we'll get,
Ooh. Drop of rain.
is it?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
No.
You could feel that too.
Yeah, well, we've
Yeah,
got
it didn't look good
power.
on the radar when I left home.
Okay, there we go. Now this is almost full. Actually, yeah, because we're going to have some biochar in there too, so.
I'd like to see. Doesn't look too much difference to
concerned
pollen.
No, I mean, it's almost the same.
I thought the mill run was actually floor sweepings, and it contained a lot of grains and all that sort of stuff as well.
Not this stuff. They said it's like fractionated, so it's when they airlift.
Do you know, to me that looks exactly the same as pollard. It's no different. No,
I think it smells a bit different though. I don't think
no,
it, doesn't it?
no, that's the same.
Okay.
So you're right for Burley.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I am for a long time. And this rain is going to get into us
Yeah.
really quick, so.
You're just going to handle with that.
What's that?
You're just going to. That's all you're going to put in there.
Yeah,
Is
just
there
to
more?
do one bucket, unless you've got a bigger bucket
Yeah, I
to
was
put
going
in.
to move this out the way, I think.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want it to get that wet.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make this mix again with some
Actually, I'll put it back in its
FAA. That's a good idea. Back in its tub.
Where's more?
It's 2 tablespoons of FAA. Get some IMO. Look at that, beautiful.
short.
Where did I put that other IMO? Down there. There we go.
Should I have a solid lid on mine?
Yeah, you can do, yeah. That's fine. Because they should be asleep. Okay.
Now.
A little bit of apple cider vinegar. Whoops, that's a lot. Hopefully not too much. A little bit of LAB, a little bit of FPJ. And that's the mix that I've done, but this time I'm going to use molasses, because I haven't actually added molasses before, so pretty sure that was the molasses one. Oh, there we go. I like to use, I've used molasses for making EM before, and I like to give it a good chunk of molasses in there. Actually, EM is 1 to 1 to 20. 1 molasses, 1 EM, and 20 parts water. Right, I forgot about the hot water for that one. Alright, I'll just use my fingers to get it out there and squish it around. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's good. That's good. I'm going to get my fingers in there anyway, so we'll add some pond water to that. Oh, that's nice and warm, that pond water.
Is that?
Yeah, relatively warm.
Oh, look at that.
And so that's just under a litre there. I'm going to hold it over here and just mix the rest of the stuff in. But this mill run will absorb quite a bit of water. Let's pour that all over.
Yeah, a better mixing bucket than what I had.
What's that?
It's a better mixing bucket.
Yeah, yeah. Alright. And feels like that's almost sucked up already.
Right. Yeah. Ooh. Looks like you got a honky nut there.
I think that's biochar.
Yeah, biochar honky nut,
Yeah.
which I use all the time. No, it's a chunk. Oh, jeez.
It's Jarrah, that's why. It's probably a bit hard.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where's it looking?
I want to get a bit more water in there. But just pour that water
Yeah, it's
in there.
pretty close.
Oh, I make it enough that you can actually squeeze a drop of
Drop
water out of
water.
it. Yeah. I'll add just a little bit more.
It's the old cement trick.
That's right. Oh, I can feel it. It would get a drop of water out if you squeeze it.
Oh yeah, it depends where you are.
Oh yeah, mix it around a bit more.
Need a cement mixer.
You can do it.
My dad bought a cement mixer to mix soil in.
There you go. That's a good way.
You've got enough of it. Yeah, it's ideal.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think that's spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wetter mix than what I had, but
There we go. Now,
I worked out all right anyway.
and then the idea is to really pack it in the bucket. Although I know with the EM they say to do it in a plastic bag and then it will expand and contract with the different gases being formed in there. I've never tried that before. Have you tried that?
Plastic bag.
Oh, of course, yeah. I've only done it in buckets before, so.
Same.
Previous lots I've done it in the bucket, but the plastic bag just seems to be more convenient. Actually, you can. I did the clay exactly the same way.
There's a bit of milk.
There's a little bit more in here. One thing about this bucket is if you tip it in the right spot, it goes in what you want it to go into.
Nice. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, did you put ash in yours?
There was a little bit of ash in. I didn't put ash in my one, but I should have done. But it only just needs a pinch or something.
There was a bit of ash in the char that I had from because I took it out of the fire.
Oh, okay.
Right, so even though there is a bit of space in there, I am just going to pack it
Yeah,
down
I
more.
figure with the biochar that I had, I'd also get ash because I do burn it.
Do you want a plastic
Fashion.
bag to go on the top of that?
That'd be ideal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So that was about that full, and then we added biochar, and it's still about that full.
Yeah. So it's shrunk down a little bit.
I did pack it down quite good.
Yeah.
there.
There's a lot of airspace in between, I suppose. Okay. I'll move that out of the way.
There we go. So that's going to be fermented for a couple of weeks. Although I've left it for longer, and that's fine. You just don't want to leave it too long.
I've left it for 3 months and forgot about it and put it in there, and it's been no hassle.
There you go.
All right, we'll call it quits at that.